Broadcast, you are live, it says. But I don't know how we can see the
Is
chat.
this connected to YouTube at all?
Yeah, it should be. Let me check.
Yeah, does it connect to our YouTube?
Let me check. I might have to have my. Let's see. Sweet spot. Yeah, it's showing us live right now. Okay. Yeah, we're on there.
Okay.
But I don't know if we're going to be able to do live chat. That was the whole point of this, because I'm not seeing. Anyhow, maybe there's no one there yet. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on this screen, though. I may have to my phone open.
Hey, Mom.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Welcome.
Not much. Just a second.
You called me.
No, I didn't.
You didn't? All right. Well, I'm trying to do a live YouTube, so
Oh, sorry.
I'll talk to you later, all right?
I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye,
Right.
hon.
So I don't know what that does. See that on there?
Yeah. Yeah. I see it.
Oh boy. I don't know if anyone's there. So let's see. Let me do it this way. Live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Okay. Oh, I see. Testing. But I want to see if we have other. Okay, I see right here. So we have 3 viewers right here.
2 of those are us. No.
But I don't know what. Let's see. We're still trying to figure this out. Let's see. Let's see. And me, hey guy, and me, hi guys. Oh, hey. Okay, so I have my phone here so I could see comments. Because they're, oh, there, it showed up on, can you see the comments on the right side?
Not yet. Maybe only you can?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Is there like a little chat window on the right of your screen? Maybe it's just me.
Well, okay, live comments. Oh, yeah. I see now. Some camera guy, yes.
And me, hi guys. Okay. So we got 2 people. So probably you and some camera guy.
Well, you know, I'm not. It log in, so I guess I need to create an account.
Oh, I'm logged in. Yeah, because I'm on my phone too.
See, I don't have an account here yet.
Does it sound okay? Some camera guy. Does it look okay?
Can you see both of us?
Yeah, I don't know. We're just, again, we're. You guys sound good. Ken, you're a little buggy.
Huh.
So choppy?
Well, why should today's sound be any different?
Okay. We'll wait for a few more people. Looks like we have 4 people now. I think there's a little bit of delay, but that's okay. I don't think they'll know the difference. So, yeah, choppy, like a slow connection. Okay, well.
Is it sluggish like a wet sponge?
Hey. Okay.
Oh, Christine's here.
Yeah. So you surviving over there in your lockdown, Ken?
Well, there's guys with guns at the end of our streets making sure we don't go anywhere. It's Anaheim, so Anaheim's all shut down.
Oh yeah.
That's just me. That's the way I look in normal life.
Yeah. This is just. We'll see how this works out. So
anyone go to the park?
Yeah.
Anyone go to the park?
What do you guys want to talk about?
I want to talk about knitting.
Knitting?
Knitting, yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously, the park's been closed now for, what, 6 days?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to touch our face, by the way. Not supposed to do this. This is how you spread the disease.
Really? In your own house? We had 5 people watching. Someone left. They said this is enough.
They must have seen me.
Seen enough of these guys.
It's my cool background.
Oh, is it? So yeah.
I'm a ventriloquist.
So hopefully this works out well enough where people can communicate back with us. We can have a chat. Sound good, everyone?
Yeah.
Does it work?
I like how my shirt says edible.
Edible?
See? Edible.
Well, incredible. Okay.
Yeah.
So we had a couple ideas, but we just wanted to see what everyone else wanted to talk about. Obviously, you probably don't want to talk about the coronavirus that's everywhere. But unless you want to, we can. I don't care. But
well, we're not medical professionals.
There's a little latency. Yeah. I don't know. Probably. This is very hard to do with two people in two different states and trying to do it on YouTube.
Yeah. It's a satellite delay.
Yeah, I don't know how else we could do it with both of us.
Well, you could fly out here,
I could, yeah.
you know.
So we can just wait till more people want to.
I think we should ask people a question like, with the parks closed, where would they want to take a picture if they could get permission, like in the resort? Like, where would a spot they would normally not be able to get a picture
Yeah.
that they would like to?
How about you? Where would you want, Ken?
If I could get a picture anywhere, might be the top of Splash Mountain, like up by the tree. You know, way at the top, the tree stuff.
Yeah. You don't like heights, though.
Well, yeah, but see, I would do it to get that picture. Just like, Matterhorn.
Yeah. Your mic cutting out now. Can't hear you.
Oh no, not the microphone.
Oh, you're back. I love a view of Main Street from up on the castle. Yeah, that would be cool, right?
Definitely.
But I don't know where I would. Hey, Ashley. Maybe I don't know where I would want to be. Top of Guardians of the Galaxy would give it. Oh yeah, it would. How high is that? It's like 200 feet in the air, right?
The top is 200 feet.
Yeah. That's probably the tallest in the resort.
Ashley, if you didn't hear us, what we're doing is asking where we would get a photograph. Since the parks are closed, where would we get a photograph if we were allowed to by Disney?
Looking out of the, what do they call that area on top of the mansion? Up there with the.
Oh, the crow's nest?
Yeah, looking out though over the rivers. That would be cool. Bryce with concierge.
You know.
What about the top of Splash Mountain? It doesn't have to be something high, I guess. It could be anywhere.
Yeah, it could be anywhere. You could put on some swimsuit and go to the bottom of the sub lagoon.
Oh yeah. Take a picture of you through one of the subs.
Yeah, that would be fun. No, you can it can be in California Adventure, either of the parks, the whole resort.
Yeah.
Heck, it could be the top of the Disneyland Hotel.
Yeah. What else would be good? Yeah, I like the one about the subs. I'm not much of a swimmer, so that may not go over well. Monorail. Like where though?
That was good. People mover track.
Oh yeah. That'd be good too, right? Orbitron. Can you guys see everyone?
Oh yeah.
Can everyone see everyone else's chat, or is it just us?
Yeah, because if you guys can't see it, we'll read them off for you.
I don't know how this works. I mean, I watch other people, but I don't know.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, it works. Okay, perfect. The walkway.
How about hanging on the rope with Indy at the end of Indiana Jones, where you're both hanging on the rope?
That would be cool.
The thing is, they could be getting pictures like this right now.
Okay. Hey, Summer. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about places that maybe you could get a picture of, or a picture of you on a spot anywhere in Disneyland, and the cast members would lead you up there or down or wherever you want to go to get a photo. Private Mark 20.
Right, it would be anywhere at the resort.
That would be cool.
Yes, that would be special.
Romantic, right?
Yeah, depending.
Yeah, it really gets you thinking. And we could change topics too. Whatever you guys want to do. Ask us a question, or whatever.
Lynn could read to you from one of the books behind him.
Yeah, all my Disney books. Taking a minute for this one. So, what is your favorite attraction at Disneyland? The Columbia, yeah, that would be cool.
Favorite attraction, Disneyland?
Disneyland Park. I don't know. I keep going back and forth. Mine was Pirates, and then they kind of changed it up a little bit with the redhead scene, but somewhere between Haunted Mansion and Pirates, probably. I know what Ken's is.
Yeah. I would have. I mean, Splash Mountain's my sentimental favorite. They don't take very good care of it, though. It's hard to say because it's different when everything's functioning properly. It's different than when it's not. Like Indiana Jones is a really, really impressive attraction, but it's disappointing when a lot of the elements aren't working. No, now you'll never be a political success, Lynn. You drink one camera.
All of them. I don't know if they're.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Rise of the Resistance is pretty good.
Oh yeah, I forget about that. What do you think, Ken?
DCA. The thing is, the people with higher seniority stayed at Disneyland because they weren't going to gain much by going to California Adventure. It was the people who had, they were, for instance, there was a guy by the name of Tom, who I believe ended up being the top day custodial person there, because he was not one of the front line as far as seniority leads. But by going to California Adventure, he became the top dog, so to speak, in terms of seniority.
Yeah.
So a lot of the people with more seniority stayed at Disneyland. We had at least one of our friends transfer back to Disneyland. He didn't. He wasn't very fond of DCA 1.0,
No.
so he ended up transferring back to Disney.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll get on Rise of the Resistance because it's going to be there for a long time, provided the company doesn't go bankrupt during the shutdown.
Or the cats take it over.
Yeah, the cats. If you open up the Disneyland app right now, it should just show you cats running everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know. Yes. They had like a cast preview where we could go. I think it was like a week or two before it opened.
As far as the question before that,
Oh yeah.
is there anyone from Disneyland history who isn't with us anymore that either of you wishes that you had been able to meet, and why? Hard to say, Lynn.
Yeah. Maybe John Hench. I didn't get
What?
to meet him, but I guess I'd want to ask him some questions about design.
I was able to meet him. I saw him. He was actually working.
Oh.
He was working at some color swatches. I don't know. I would.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe CV Wood, because he was such a character.
Oh yeah.
And he was kind of written out of official Disneyland history. It would be kind of interesting to get his perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ward Kimball. That would be. He's quite the character, right?
I actually, I got to go and ride his backyard railroad while he was still alive. He had some sort of party there at his house, and so that was great. See him and his family and everybody else who was there. And I see Kathy asked
Oh yeah.
if we would encourage our children to work at Disneyland Custodial, learn life lessons. Yes, we definitely learned. I learned life lessons there.
Yeah.
I would like it if my kids. I mean, we hear from the people that we used to work with that things have changed a lot, but still, it would be great if my kids went to work there doing that. I actually bumped into a friend of mine who did get a job in custodial, and it was kind of a second job for him, and that was pretty cool. But
Yeah,
as for my own kids, that would be nice.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mark and I stay.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark and Ellis Davis, that'd be amazing. You know what I'd like to do is ride a pirate boat with both of them.
Yeah. Of course, they would probably point out the changes.
Not with the new redhead. They'd probably be upset. But yeah.
But I'd like to ride the Disneyland Railroad with Ward Kimball.
Oh yeah.
Have him as the engineer and sit next to him. You know,
For sure.
Ward is quite a character.
Yeah, he is.
Just so you know, I see the comments on a slight delay. It shouldn't be a surprise.
If we hook this up right, when I on my phone, I'm watching it live on my phone, and I'm seeing the come up like 10 seconds before it comes up on our screen. So maybe sometime like get your iPad and on the side, and then you can see it. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know if I want to tax my Wi-Fi anymore.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well,
What?
here's something.
What?
If you could be a ride operator at any attraction, this would be either park. If you could be a ride operator for a day on one attraction, what would it be?
Hmm. Probably Mansion. I like their costumes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Tom Sawyer Rafts, Monorail. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are good ones. Yeah.
Remember the monorail in the 70s and 80s? It was like polyester.
Yeah, the old polyester costumes for
Yeah.
the cast members. Oh my gosh.
Trying to think of anything. I mean, I guess I'm thinking of the costumes and not the attraction. But not the canoes. That's too much work, huh? Not Jungle Cruise for me, at least. I'm not very talkative in front of people. But yeah.
The hierarchy, during my time there, they tried something called empowerment evolution, which was a thing that a lot of corporations were doing, and it was kind of like to shake things up. And one of the things they did was they created what they called narrations attractions, and that created kind of a hierarchy because, for instance, Jungle Cruise and Storybook were narrations attractions, and you had, so everybody has their own favorites. That kind of creates the hierarchy. Obviously, if you don't want to expend a lot of physical energy, you're not going to want to be a canoe host or hostess.
No.
Because then you're paddling and all that stuff. And clearly some attractions, it's more serious than others because you're talking from a safety standpoint. There's a lot more going on.
Mm.
So the people with seniority get to choose what they do more often. So it becomes an issue of who has the most seniority and what they prefer to do, because there might be somebody might prefer working the carousel, because they're not going to break the thing down if people don't load fast enough, that sort of thing. So it's less stress. So that creates kind of a hierarchy just because it depends on what the seniority is.
Yeah, for sure. There's comments coming. So he said, as I understand it, custodial for Galaxy's Edge is separate from the rest of the park. Would you guys have liked to move there where you wouldn't have as much free roaming within the park, or no? I mean, I guess they had to, for a year, they had to commit. I think it was 1 year.
I think it had to do with costuming.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't mind that for like 1 year just to try it. I mean,
Yeah, it was. The reason why that's separate is because of the costuming. Because the costumes are going to be to your size, and so they don't want. They can't have the entire cast do it. So it's got to be the same cast members. But as far as the rest of the park goes, when we were there, you could say, you could be working Tomorrowland for weeks on end, and then you tell the schedulers, you know what, I want to work in Adventureland. The schedules are usually done a couple weeks in advance. If you want to, change where you're working tomorrow, then you're going to have to switch with somebody who's got that shift, and then the supervisors have to approve it. But when we were there, depending on what you wanted to do, you could be working anywhere in the park. We picked summer lines, which meant that they said, "Where do you want to work for the summer?" And you'd pretty much have the shift, the same and same days off, but the days off went out the window because you'd end up working 6 or 7 days.
Teacher Christy asked, besides your books, what books you recommend reading or you found most interesting looking for new reading? New reading, like new books, or just in general? Because books on Disneyland,
New to you, or just new books in general?
Any Disney book, she said. Uh, I think that probably I mean, I mainly like Disneyland, Disney park books, but I would say that Disneyland, the Inside Story is good. Um, that one you can find reasonably on Amazon or eBay. I think probably $30 and under. I've seen it. Good pictures and stuff like that. Um, Camera Guy said he recommended The People versus Disneyland. Yeah,
That's
sure.
the David Koenig.
Yeah.
Just about anything by David Koenig is going to be good. The People versus Disneyland. I'm actually in that book, but he did. His recent one is the 55ers, the people who settled Disneyland.
That's a good one, yeah. I like Jim Corcus books, obviously. There's so many books. I think we've done a show on books. Yeah.
The weirdest thing we've seen at Disneyland. But there's so many. I mean, look, Lynn's got books right behind him right now. That there's just so many.
Yeah,
The Nickel Tour.
New Mark Davis book.
Yeah, the new Mark Davis book. I can't recommend that enough. But what's the weirdest thing they've seen at Disneyland? That's hard to pick.
Yeah, man, I have to think about that for a second. Maybe weirdest thing. I don't know. Probably cast member stuff. I mean, I don't know. Well, yeah. I mean, we talk about stuff in the book about a cast member that was. I mean, it was weird that I saw a cast member spraying with a hose inside of a security car backstage. That was pretty weird because it was in his way, in front of the Packer. Yeah, the ghost story was pretty weird. Yeah, I don't need to retell that. I'm sure you've heard it plenty of times.
There was we used to have our own pan and broom lockers, but we would share them with like two or three other people, depending on the season. Like if it was summer, you'd have a lot of people, so you might be sharing the pan and broom locker with 4 people. And one of the guys was telling me how he'd open up the pan and broom locker, and there would be a fish in there, but it was one of the prop fish from the submarine lagoon, because one of the guys he shared his pen and broom locker with would actually go swimming in the sub lagoon, end up with a fish, and he would put it in the locker. So that's pretty weird when you go to get your equipment and there's an artificial fish sitting there.
I've seen some weird stuff, but I can't talk about it. I've been sworn to secrecy.
Some of the guests. I mean, you get all manner of people coming through there. I saw conjoined twins there. They were joined at the head.
Yeah.
But we try not to make a spectacle of people. I mean, everybody should come and enjoy Disneyland, whatever their physical situation is.
Bob wanted to know, besides quitting time, what was your favorite time of the day or night?
Lunch.
I always enjoyed closing time. I always enjoyed after the park closed, from that time to the time we went home. I always enjoyed that time. Or in the morning when we're doing flower beds or doing opening procedure before the park open.
Yeah, opening procedures before anybody else is really in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, like working the west side at night, like the Fantasmic, being out there, being able to watch the end of the show before the cleanup, that would be nice.
Favorite thing to eat? So, Teacher Chris wanted to know what favorite thing to eat in the park or something you eat every time. I miss the old version of the mint julep. I don't. Let's see. I'll answer your question about the thing to eat. One of my favorite restaurants is Rancho del Zocalo. I like the enchiladas. Something I miss. I can't remember. I think they used to have good tuna sandwiches over at what's that, Harbor Galley? There.
Yeah, I miss the original Harbor Galley menu when it opened in 1989, and for however many years after that, they had clam chowder and a bread bowl, which of course the New Orleans Square restaurants had, but they had catfish nuggets, they had Cajun popcorn shrimp. Just I like everything on that menu was good. I missed that. So that was a good menu. The Monte Cristo sandwich at Blue Bayou, that's a pretty good thing.
What? Chrissy had asked. Said she missed the old version of mint julep. I don't know how was the old one. And then as you're getting back to us on that, Ashley was asking, could you purchase lunch from in-park restaurants? The only, as we were working, we could only get from the cast member restaurants backstage, and then they had windows for some of the restaurants. The Village Inn, they had like a back window you could buy stuff for cast members there. And
Village House, which is Red Rose Tavern now, right?
And then they used to, you said, Ken, they used to for the Space Place, or what was that?
Space Place.
Yeah.
Which is the Space Mountain entrance.
Yeah.
They had a backstage window, but the in-between is connected to the Plaza Inn. So it used to be, it was some of the same food that you could get at the Plaza Inn. And the West Side Diner underneath New Orleans Square had some of the same food that you could get in New Orleans Square. But as far as damaged goodies, I think the foods people kept those to themselves. Once in a rare blue moon, when I had done something that really helped out, like an outdoor vendor, they would give me something from their cart. That was very rare, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't really like you to do that. Oh, the new recipe is too sweet. Okay, I don't remember the old one.
Yeah. I guess everything, there's so much stuff that's getting sweeter and sweeter. It's hard to, I guess, that's just what people are looking for, is stuff that's sweeter and sweeter. We get so used to that.
Yeah.
I do remember, by the way, speaking of the food, one of the things that would happen very rarely was they would sell food from the ranch at Village House. That was very rare. They would sell it to cast members at the cast member window at Village House. That was a really good deal.
Best quick service at Disneyland. I don't know. Everyone probably has their favorite. I like I said, Rancho del Zocalo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think what was the place? The Red Rose Tavern. I think they have pretty good food.
What about Bengal barbecue is pretty good?
Oh yeah. That Ronto wrap that I got at Galaxy's Edge is amazing. The correct answer is Bengal barbecue. Yes.
The correct answer. Woo-hoo! I'm old enough to remember when that was Sunkissed, I presume.
Yes, you are.
There's it's kind of hard to classify what counts. There's one in Star Tours. There's a restroom in the tours. If you know where the stairs are, if you're at the loading area, there's an elevator and stairs, and it's just at the bottom there. The the restroom, the thing is, I know the restroom's there, and now that I don't work there anymore, I wanted to take my son in there at one point, and they're like, "Oh no, you can't do that," and I'm like, "Not anymore." I mean, because we used to offer it to guests. The ones in Indy would be, when we were there, they would be offered to guests if it was a tough situation, because we didn't want to send the guests back, a quarter of a mile back to the Adventureland restrooms. There's restrooms in the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. There's yeah, now it has me thinking. What are the ones there are?
There's Toad, which is behind the, which is inside the show building for Alice and Mr. Toad and Peter Pan. It's behind the guest restrooms.
Yeah. Under Pirates, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's go back here to the. Christine said Tropical Hideaway is good too. Oh yeah, it is. O'Neill 5 Life. Hey, what's up?
Well, Ryan, you see Ryan's question there.
Yeah.
What are some of the weirdest items you found cleaning?
I don't know. I didn't really find anything weird. I found a wallet with like $1,000 in it before, but it wasn't really weird.
Yeah, large amounts of cash that's an interesting find. There was a kid that I kept finding. No, there was a kid who, his sibling, he had some sort of neurological condition, and his siblings would get tired of him and just leave him behind. But see, the parents would branch off and let the siblings hang out together, but his siblings would just leave him behind. So I ended up taking him to Lost Children, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he's already been in before," and so that was kind of a weird find.
Yeah. I did open the wallet because we had to, with another cast member in front of me, of course. Yeah, I took it to
Yeah, two cast members together would open the wallet backstage, and they would agree on what the contents were. And I think there were times where that was tested out, where a wallet was planted so that a cast member would find it, and it was to test the honesty of the cast member. But I don't know how often they would do that. That was just sort of rumors that they were doing that.
Huh. Chrissy was saying her friend is trying to see all the, I assume the restrooms, like a hidden Mickey hunt, those bathrooms. A lot of those you can only see as a cast member, though.
Yeah. There's some like the adventure ones would be backstage. And the only way you could get to it is either go backstage or go through the stock closet.
Do you know of any other sting operations they would do at the parks, like undercover security? Not really.
They have undercover security guards, but
They do.
it's usually not to do stings on cast members.
Ashley, did you did you want the first book or the second book? We have both.
We got two.
I think I only have one copy left here of the first book that's autographed, and I have a bunch of the second books. Can you go to our website? Let's see. Let's go there to that link, and there should be some options for shipping and stuff there. If you want it personalized, just let me know, like to your, with your name on it or something.
There is another way. It's when it's open, the Candy Cane Inn on Harbor Boulevard in Anaheim
Oh yeah,
is selling autographed copies. But right now it's shut down.
we have another question coming. Do you go to any reunion cast member events? My friend goes to Haunted Mansion Get Together. I think you have, Ken. I haven't.
What we have is, well, they're planning, there's a custodial reunion being planned right now. But there's a monthly get together that people used to work with hold, but they started holding these while we were all still working at the land. And you're making me thirsty, Lynn. And they just have a monthly get together at a restaurant. Of course, right now we wouldn't be allowed to do it, but because it's usually a buffet, and we're not buffets around here are definitely closed down. Even just going inside of a restaurant is off limits right now. But they have a monthly get together, and that varies in size. It could just be a few people. It could be as many as a dozen, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe someday we'll host one.
In Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas has a lot of space right now.
Yeah, they do.
I can't believe there's people actually here on a Friday night. I mean, shouldn't everybody be out and about? Oh, that's right. We're not allowed right now.
We have two questions coming in. Do any tips for doing the Gumball Rally next year?
Stay together.
Yeah, we didn't complete it, but we, from our observation, just stay together and go as quickly as you can, I guess. What do you think?
So they allow groups they allow groups of 2 and groups of 4, right?
Yeah.
And I think 2 have, each one has because there's trivia questions. So if you have 4 people, you might have an advantage on the trivia questions. But with 2 people, it's kind of easier to get from place to place with the minimal drag,
What do you think the cast member morale is like with the unprecedented, like how would you guys have been feeling if you were there? I think at first there was some because everyone's getting paid, right, for not being there. But at first, I think custodial was there
hard,
cleaning. But now they're not, from what I was told.
Yeah, at first it was like, well, how come we have to come in and work and other people don't have to and they're getting paid? Uh, so, you know, things I liked about working there was being with the guests as the guest experienced it. And so for me, you know, for a day or two, it might be cool to have the park closed and be working there uh, with it empty. But then it would just be kind of like, well, this is sad, you know. And then if I was getting paid and I was able to just stay home, I'm the kind of person who I can be fine staying home and watching movies, reading books, writing. So if I could do that and still get paid, uh, that would be good. I mean, I would, you know, miss my routines. Um, so, you know, but there's a lot of people who thrive on the social interaction, and if you're not getting that right now, it's kind of difficult. So yeah, I think it probably varies by department. You know, another thing is that people, especially like when our foreman shifts, we would often have an hour or two or three of overtime. And when you have that every day, it adds up. And if my guess is they're not getting that right now, my guess they're just getting, you know, if they're full time cast members, they're probably getting 40 hours of pay. They're not getting any overtime probably. So that's going to affect them too.
Yeah, I think, you know, a lot of people, they enjoyed working there. They enjoyed the atmosphere and the people, and they're probably missing that too. That's what I would miss. Like,
Yeah. Besides custodial, what department would you have liked to work in?
guest services. I don't give tours of the park.
Yeah, guided tours. Because guest services is kind of, you know, yeah, you do guided tours, but you also have
Complaints.
you get yelled at by City Hall. You know, maybe there was one guy from custodial I know who went and started working on the trains as an engineer on the trains.
Oh yeah, I was like
So
that.
that might be. If I could work Splash Mountain, maybe.
Probably entertainment, playing drums there. That'd be fun, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be a character though. I mean, I already am, but
You are?
we do. We do a historical. I mean, it's not pure historical podcast, but we do. Someone asked, "Are you guys going to do a historical Disneyland podcast?" We touch on history subjects all the time. I don't know if you're familiar with the show or what you're meaning. Oh, talking about the Attract Center that used to be there, kind of like your Decades podcast. We have something in the works for that that used to be there, probably in May sometime.
Yeah, we haven't stopped production.
Yeah, this live stream is just an addition to what we're already doing. We were going to do it once a month, but if it goes well and more people like it, maybe we can do it twice a month. I don't know. We'll see what happens here with our schedules, but I'd like to do it at least once a month. We have just a few more minutes left, so any last minute questions? Go ahead.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty fun, though. I've really enjoyed this.
I agree.
Okay, we have a question coming. Not a question, just wanted to say thanks. My parents are in home with no visitors due to age and illnesses and have both of your books. My dad is loving them. Oh, that's great. I'm so happy about that.
Aw.
Thank you.
Oh, well, that's great. That's great. I mean, I'm glad that people can read our books, or they can listen to the books. Or they can listen to the first one on audio, or they can listen. So it's good that people can do that while they need something else to do because their normal routine's been disrupted, or because they're ill or whatever. Backstage Splash Mountain. What's it like? Backstage is not very glamorous. Backstage Splash Mountain, you have kind of a boat. You have kind of a log storage area. It's not very glamorous. It's just you see rebar and it. Lynn, where are you going? So it's not very glamorous. It's just kind of it's just kind of an industrial looking area. The smell of the water is back there and everything, and you have logs that are they're being worked on. They're up on, I don't know what you'd call them, like sawhorses or something, and they're being worked on. Which attraction or show would you like back?
Country Bear Jamboree.
Country Bear Jamboree is a good one.
Yeah.
That's in Florida. The original show was playing in Florida when I was there almost 4 years ago. I see the ones that I really, really want back are not Disneyland. They're in Epcot. So,
O'Neill
like Horizons.
O'Neill asked if we miss a live, will it be posted? This is new. I hope it will be. We'll see what happens once this ends, if it will end up posted. I will try to make the program we're using, which splits our screen, we're able to share StreamYard. I hope that I hope it does. We will see. That's the plan, at least. Someone on a personal note, families are well and this craziness. Yeah, it's pretty crazy out there. Everyone's doing well so far. It's not affecting my job.
Yeah. But I am, as of now, I'm still supposed to go to my day job, which actually runs Monday through Thursday. And I can't figure out why. I asked if I could work from home, and he says no. But it's not just me; it's everybody else in the building.
Yeah.
It's the thing is, my family is kind of homebody-ish anyway. My son is being homeschooled these days. My daughter's school closed down, so she's doing her work remotely. The thing is, like, we like to go visit, like my mother, my siblings, and I can't do that right now because they're a little bit of ways away, and we're not supposed to go make personal visits unless it's like a dire situation. So we just have to kind of talk over the phone, FaceTime, that sort of thing.
Right.
But my family is I mean, we are. I mean, I miss going out. I miss going to Knott's. I like going to Knott's. That's closed down. But we're the kind of people that we're fine as long as we can scroll Twitter, read books, watch TV shows. Yeah, I do say, my wife, she doesn't do good with viruses, so that's a little concerning. We don't want her to catch a virus.
Yeah, we will do this again. This was a test, and I think that it was good. We need to wrap it up now. It's been an hour, but thank you to everyone that's participating, and we're going to do this definitely again. If not again this month, we'll definitely do it in April. So thank you guys.
I do have to say we have some great fans.
Yeah, we do. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I don't know if we're always going to do it on a Friday, but
yeah,
this time we thought it would be, because everybody's kind of stuck home, so we thought, what the heck, we could do it on a Friday this time, next week.
I gotta go, but I committed an hour.
Someone asked about Larry.
Oh, Larry,
No.
yeah, he's interesting.
We would love to have him on our podcast.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you want to mention it to him though.
Go ahead. Try it. No. All right, guys. Thanks.
I like Larry. So anyway, see you real soon. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You guys all stay well, right?
Yeah, stay well. Be safe. Wash your hands.